Good evening, brothers. When I was little, a fortune teller once told me that I would grow up to operate excavators. Well, I never got to drive one. Instead, I fixed vehicles for many years. For example, this kind of bucket. I don't even know if they still repair them back home. But here at Lol Buzz Workshop, it looks like we can still save it. My very first internship was at a Toyota 4S repair shop, but I only worked for a little over a month. Even though it was short, I still helped repair 3 excavators. I went up and pried things open with a lever and ruined the heat insulating mat under the hood. Fixing machines often requires brute strength. After all these years, not only did my skills improve, but also my spinal disc protruded. I really couldn't take it anymore, so I eventually quit. For someone like me, an amateur in this field, I wouldn't even know where to begin. If you don't understand the structure of a bucket, then in today's video, you will definitely learn something new. We call it a bucket. This bucket is considered a structural part. Cars have a similar classification: structural parts and body panels. If we made cars out of these steel plates, they would be nearly indestructible. The mechanic here is camouflaged. Look at his clothes. Same color as the bucket. From above, a drone might not even spot him. Clever, right? A bucket is made of the seat plate, the bottom and side plates, side walls, ear plates, and the back plate. Hinge plates, pin sleeves, teeth and tooth holders, plus protectors or corner guards and various accessories. Which is why welding is the most crucial process in bucket fabrication. Very similar to how we welded that fuel tank last time. So this piece he removed here actually includes multiple sections. First, the bucket teeth. There are the teeth and the tooth base plate, plus a section of the bottom plate. Maybe explaining like this is still hard to picture. Let me show you a diagram. It's simple, really. One trial drawing and one finalized drawing. This whole section won't be repaired. They chose to cut it off entirely, which is exactly what you're seeing right now. They know this structure so well. They know exactly where to separate it. What they're cutting now is called the side cutter. Some also call it the bucket foot. The working environment must have been rough. It's all worn down to nothing. And those bolts, no way they're coming off. So out comes the cutting torch to burn them off. If you like videos like this, you probably know how a cutting torch works. Steel melts at around 1500 degrees Celsius. So the flame temperature must be way above that. I once said it was 3500 degrees. Some didn't believe me. So, I won't say it again. Anyone who cuts steel plates often knows the truth. After the cut edges are usually rough. So here it looks like a chunk is missing. Not sure what they plan to do at that spot. Probably weld in a new piece on top. Now they head over to the steel supplier. This is like back home, a place that deals in steel materials, and their inventory easily over $1 million in value. But these steel plates aren't new. They're second-hand, most likely dismantled from retired cargo ships. Have you ever seen that? Huge merchant vessels, eventually taken apart piece by piece. This piece here is the forming plate. Extremely strong and very thick. What they're removing here is the bottom plate. Even though the steel is old, it still works just fine. They load it on a tricycle to haul back. At that market, some people do hauling as their job. So, here they don't wait to find parts first. They fix as they go. Whatever needs fixing gets done. They didn't haul it back. Instead, they went to a steel processing shop, because this bottom plate has a curve. So they use a bending machine to shape it again. The equipment is old, but it works all the same. See that rebar on the side? They're using it to measure the curve. Gotta admit, pretty precise control. The steel is thick, but that hydraulic press No joke. Back when I was young, I could last 3 to 5 minutes. Now, I hide whenever I can. Alright, bending done. Heading back. If you want to cut costs even more, buy your own tricycle. But hey, some things better left to professionals. They say practice is the only test of truth. If the measurement is right, you'll know when it fits. Clearly this size is correct, because he's welding straight away. Too late to return it now. Not like buying online. No refund only. Just like welding that oil tank last time. Same technique. A tension tool to pull it tight. The steel's thick, so it won't sit flush. This alignment method, genius. Look here. The fit is tight, perfectly tight. A tight fit makes welding far easier. First spot weld, then full weld. Spot welding holds it in place. Full welding comes later. This ridiculously thick plate, that's the tooth seat. Not sure what this bucket used to dig, but most likely crushed stone. Otherwise, where wouldn't be this heavy? Some buckets only dig soft soil, but crushing rocks, they need reinforcement. If the cutting edges are worn out, good luck getting anything dug. He often digs in those tiny little gardens too. Digging and digging for a long, long time. Right here, we noticed a missing piece. And that missing spot, not regular at all. So they repair it first. And over here, they already traced a piece, freshly bought. This steel plate is extremely thick, so the cutting wheel barely works. And it's dangerous. Sometimes the blade just snaps. The cut-off piece looks like an axe head. Honestly, this step is risky work. Look at his hands, all blackened. Freshly cut steel is burning hot. Don't ever touch out of curiosity, or your hand will be cooked. He's holding locking pliers. Mechanics and carpenters all use it. They cut extremely precise. Perfectly tight, no gaps. But there's one issue. No beveling for welding. With steel this thick, welding straight across. Who knows how long it will hold. Just now, his weld bead looked beautiful. Really smooth. But, do they even have welding certificates? I took a welding certificate test before. Forgot how much it cost. Maybe 800 or something. We tested inside a trade school. Theory test came first. Halfway through, someone started reading answers. Many couldn't read well, theory was terrible. But welding, they do it daily, they're good at it. At first, welding is a skilled trade. But once it becomes your job, it turns into pure labor. Now the shaft plate is fixed in place. Next step is probably to weld the whole bucket shut. These welds, not bad at all. Arc welding like this, very harmful to the eyes. If you're a newbie, protect your eyes well. If you don't believe me, try it yourself. There's a lot of welding going on here. Let's pick a shot that isn't blinding. Very precise work, impressive. Once the weld is done, they clean it all over again. They've added steel reinforcement on the backside. This base plate is basically the foundation. It's always rubbing against the material being dug up. So of course, it wears down. And once it's worn out, there's no way to repair that part. That's why they always install reinforcements right here on the base plate. If the curvature isn't right, they hammer it into shape. Welding with one hand, hammering with the other. Right after that, we see all these reinforced plates installed, aka strengthening plates, just like how we wear gloves when working. Otherwise, our skin will get scraped off. But I do wonder, this rough surface, wouldn't it add more resistance when digging? It feels like armor plating on a tank. On real battle tanks, they all have protective armor. This looks quite similar to that. So many armor plates installed, and yet even more welding. The color here gives off a doomsday vibe. Camera pans. The bucket teeth and holders are now fully welded on. Like teeth and braces, the teeth are mounted with a wedge, attached right onto the tooth holder, and the holder is welded firmly onto the edge plate. A scrapped excavator bucket, fully restored. The teeth, though, brand new. When it comes to essentials, they never cut corners. Well, that's it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, and follow. See you next time. Bye.